Today the draping session will be devoted to the sleeve. Actually, I was planning to record one more video for the waist escape dress or garment development, but it didn't happen, and I think it's time now for more serious projects rather than short one-day sewing project. So we look into sleeves today, and I'm going to show one sleeve which you can develop for the dress and even for the gowns, for the big serious dresses with voluminous sleeve shapes. So this sleeve can be draped as well as drafted. Draping steps are quite simple and affordable even for beginner. And this sleeve is based on a raglan sleeve. So for just a notice, for the serious jacket or coat sleeves, I recommend to make drafting first and then develop the sleeve according to your sketch. For the serious, very fitted one, they fitted in the armhole, for example, like this jacket, right? So this sleeve I did not drape, I did patterns, did flat patterns when I had the pattern for the body itself. So, but the sleeve that I'm going to show can be easily achieved on a dress form. And we start from the style line. I will outline the style line on the dress form, which is reminding of a raglan sleeve. Let's do that. So since we are planning the dress, I'm thinking of a very fitted body, so I'm not going to add any ease in the patterns. Of course you can do this later, but today I'm going to show the fitted bodies. So let's start from here. We start from basically a straight line. Yeah, so the distance from the shoulder doesn't matter too much. My distance is 3 centimeters approximately, right? You can start 2 centimeters or a little bit more down. So here we go to the armhole area, and you continue again in this area. You can go, the basic one is about 2.5 centimeters from the armhole plate, so you can use this number. Yes, if you want to have a very fitted body, or you can make a little bit more down. So we go over the armhole area. So now we come to the back. So and we go towards the neck, also planning straight shape. So, for example, like this, let me check. So you can go even as much as this here, about 3.5 centimeters, so it doesn't matter. Yes, it will not affect the shape of the dress or the sleeve too much. So basically we finished. So on the back I have similar distance from the shoulder. So we have the style line prepared, and before I start the sleeve I will quickly drape the bodies. So we start from the front. I placed the fabric piece, so we have some distance from the center front the fabric edge, so about 1.52 centimeters to get the proper patterns. So, and I just simply follow the fabric structure. I'm watching the fabric structure, the grain and cross grain, instead of creating some guidelines beforehand. So this is what I'm always doing, you know this. And now we start actually draping from the neckline. So few pins on the center front, on the neckline here. So keep the bust tape on the dress form, right? So, and I will attach it to the bust tape here, and we have the apex point also pinned here, right? So I'm watching here the threads, fabric structure, so cross grain is strictly parallel to the floor. So let's start from the neckline. So I'm slashing towards the neck, pinning to the neckline. So here I quickly, I smooth the fabric down, pin into the style line here. So now we come to the armhole area. So, and I'm slashing towards this style line here. So don't push the fabric too much, slightly smooth the fabric. So we reach the side seam. So we are going to use side seam for the bodies. So you see I don't have any slashing, everything is smooth and nice, right? So we are basically moving the fabric excess further down and to the bottom, yes, to the waistline area. So now we have options. So I actually pinned the side seam, right? One under the arm, another one on the waist. So, and now we have to deal with this fabric excess. So, and then you have options, what you're going to do here. So, the dart, of course, yes, the dart, or maybe some pleats. So, and actually the option for the dart is, again, not only one option, right? So, since we're going to make the fitted bodies, right? So, we can simply move the dart into the waist area completely, or we can also consider the dart from this position, in this position here, right? Why not? Let's do that. So I'm going to continue slashing, smoothing the fabric, and going towards the waist carefully. And now I can create the dart here. So the edge, right, of this fold is going to be exactly in the middle, yes, on the center front crossroad with the waistline here. So you may consider even having the just a pleat, not necessarily few layers. So, and in into the waist. So basically we finished quickly the bodice front, and now you just simply transfer all the lines. All the lines onto the fabric. This mark here. So this one should need just 2 lines, right, for the center. We start the back, so the same way. So we have the fabric edge with some distance from the center back, right? And I did the neck already, so I slash the fabric, and so we continue exactly the same way as the front. So I have the pin already here, so I'm going to use new scissors that I got from Singer company as a present. So let's continue. So once you finish the neck, yeah, you go the same way. So from here, from up, go all the way down. So smoothing the fabric, pinning into style line. In this area you can have some ease. Don't push the fabric, so give some ease, because this is actually good for the shape reason, so to have good fitted shape at the back. Here we have just one dart, normal waist dart, nothing special, right? And the dart also appears basically by itself. You know, the excess happens when you smooth all the fabrics down and towards the side. So, and then you make slashes towards the waist. So, and the dart normally happens on the princess line. So this is what we are going to do. Just place all this excess into the dart. And verify it. So you see the fabric, as I don't push the fabric too much, some ease are still happening, you see, on the waistline. Yes, the same goes with the front. So, and then you find the end of the dart. So basically that's it. Then we quickly mark, cross mark here, and transfer all the style lines onto fabric. Mark it out and the end. Before we start the sleeve, we are going to find a very important point on the armhole. So from the side seam towards the curve line, you have to find 7-8 centimeters. You place 7-8 centimeters, you find it on the measuring tape, and then you add a pin here. So, and this part of the armhole we are going to copy on the fabric piece that we have prepared for the front part of the sleeve. So this is the piece that is actually 40 to 40 centimeters, and I marked 15 centimeters from one side here. So, and in the middle, somewhere in the middle, I copied exactly this 7-8 centimeters. In my case I did 8 because my armhole is a bit lower than the basic one. So, and then I copied this shape exactly from the dress form. So you have to keep your fabric so that the grain line follows perpendicular to the floor. Right? So this is what I did, and I slash. So keeping 1 centimeter or 1.5 centimeter seam allowance, I slash this part. Actually, I can remove some of this part already, like this. So, and now I'm going to connect my piece with the style line. Like this. And now I'm going to add one more slash towards this pin, right, that we have, and now I'm turning the fabric like this. So this will allow me to actually continue copying the style line. So from this point, once the fabric is flipped, right, we are going to copy the rest of the style line here. But what is important, so that you watch the fabric structure again, you see, you have to see from the side, yes. So the sleeve follows now a little bit of proper direction. It's a little bit tending towards the front, yes. If I hold the piece of fabric like this, right, this angle is not exactly perpendicular to the floor, but slightly tending towards the front, yes, this line. So, and then once you understand this, you're going to pin the fabric here, right, to hold it in place, right, and then we transfer this line onto fabric. So basically from here, yes, so this point, why it's so important, then from this point the sleeve basically becomes visible, right? So the invisible part becomes now visible part here, right? So, and I will pin it till the neck, and remove. So if your line is slightly curvy, so you can consider also making slashes to make sure that you have transferred properly the style line here. So once we finish the style line, I'm going to make some slashes at the neck and drape the neck. So just smoothing the fabric up here, and I will add pins till the shoulder line. So, and we finish basically with the front. So we are going to make exactly the same preparations for the back. So, but here I inserted the pin a little bit more up, about 10 centimeters in my case, because I have the feeling that the sleeve is going to come to the visible point a bit more up than here, right? So, and then I copy this part of the style line onto the fabric, right? So, which I did already, right? And I have added seam allowance here. So I slashed towards, I cut and then I slashed towards this point here, right? And now I'm going to add pins. So you follow the same instructions as for the front. So this, we don't need that much here, so we just need to keep for actually seam allowance. We are going to connect these pieces together later, right? So, and now I flip the fabric. Yes, we keep now yes, we make sure we hold the fabric properly, right? The grain line is perpendicular to the floor, and I'm now placing the fabric here, and I will transfer this line onto the fabric. We finished the style line at the back, and now holding the fabric like this and smooth the fabric up here, I'm going to drape the neckline. Just few slashes. So we drape the neck till the shoulder point. So we have one pin already on the shoulder that keeps the front part, right? So let's see what is happening. So basically we have something already. So now you see my back piece is a bit shorter here, so, and I'm going to just connect them like this with pins, so the edges are parallel. So the line will give us the good extension for the shoulder here. So, and also I'm going to connect these two sides. So this is what we see, and I will so you can see already the sleeve. So, and now we have to equalize the bottom part, and basically you can actually have gearless here. Let's observe the sleeve and see what's happening here. Can you see the shape already? Right? So this line is not necessarily going like this. Yes, because to achieve this line you have to use some kind of extension, some special shoulder pads or anything, right? But if you plan more normal, let's say sleeve, but big shape, yes, you can reduce this part or just simply follow the shoulder with a little bit of extension. Now you can see, right, the shape is more normal right now. Yes, if you make it this way. So let me finish, let me cut, and I will show you the end. As you see, I added some pleats here and at the back as well, right? So I'm not doing any pleats on this part. Yes, it's not necessary, right? So, and now we are going to evaluate the sleeve and decide how we want to keep this shoulder part, right? So probably we are going to reduce this to this size, and basically you can see the sleeve already happening. If you have the arm, you can easily understand the shape because you have the volume inside, right? In my case, I'm actually just evaluating without with empty sleeve. Yeah, I don't have anything inside, so and therefore I should keep holding the sleeve and evaluate its size. So once you understand what you want, right, so we mark this point, so we have to transfer all the lines, you know, the neckline, the style line we already have, so the seam is clear, right, it's pinned. Yes, we will equalize the hemline, the bottom part, right? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to remove this drape from the dress form, right? Clean the seam allowance and do this for the bodice as well, and then I will place it back on the dress form. So you see what I have done. I connected all the parts together and I place it on the dress form, right? So it's all pinned. I reduced the shoulder. Yeah, I will the shoulder point, the end of the shoulder here, right? And now I still have to evaluate this part. So we have the pleats at the bottom of the sleeve, and I added also shoulder pads, which is necessary. Otherwise, you should follow the normal shoulder and reduce the shoulder even more, right? So now with this angle, yes, we are going to evaluate the work, and I guess we have to maybe reduce the size here as well, so that we I just make it like this, so just for evaluation. So about 4 centimeters I reduced. Yes, and I guess now the sleeve is actually of a good proportions. Right, you can see the sleeve. Here, yes, it looks good on both sides, on the back and front. Yes, the armhole and the style line looks fine. Soft insertion of the sleeve. Actually, regarding the shoulder, you can also consider actually even creating the round shape here, because we have sleeve that is consisting of 2 parts. Yes, which is not necessary. You may have, instead of having this seam, you may actually avoid it and put pieces together. But if you're planning to develop the sleeve further, maybe with more softer shape like this, right? So you just draw the line on both sleeves, right, on front and back, and then you have this kind of shape, soft shape for the shoulder again. So this is the sleeve that is quite easily achieved, right? So you can add the long tube, the fitted part, if you want to have the longer sleeve, right? I will show this on the picture, right? And basically the sleeve is finished.